Hi, Mooski. Thank you so much for being here. It's Kristen Ayana with Black Talk Radio. So, my first question for you is, being an artist in the industry, there's so much you have to navigate. So, how do you maintain your mental health?
Um, I do a lot of running. I do a lot of, you know, um, I guess you can call it meditating, but I don't know if you can have like different meanings of versions of that. Like I just do a lot of I do a lot of self-reflecting, I guess you can say. Like I just sit back and I do a lot of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Searching for reasoning in anything. But yeah, I do a lot of exercise and then things like that, like being around family that keeps me sane. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that.
I feel you. I definitely can relate to that. I love that you mentioned family. So now I want to go into your project. Why the title Melodic Therapy for the Broken? And, like, how did you come up with that title and why? And then what do you want fans to take away from the project? Because I feel like with a title like that, it's definitely sending a big message.
For sure. So the title Melodic Therapy for the Broken, right? So we got a story right here. So, while I was in the Marine Corps, like I said, I went through a lot. I lost my pops.
Mhm.
My mom went down, like she had health problems. She had a stroke and things started happening. And I just went through my whole life with all this stuff happening. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and I never really I never really felt it. I never really stopped to feel it. You know what I'm saying? I never really like when my pops passed. I never grieved his death ever. Like
Wow.
to like 2 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like I never really even thought about it. When I think my pops passed, I used to just get that thought out of my head and I'll go do something. Like I was in boot camp when my pops passed. So when I came home, like I didn't even like because I was in the middle. I was in the end. I was in it really close to the end of becoming a Marine. So my emotions were already gone. So like when I came home, I'm hearing my mom crying stuff like that. That's just something like I can't hear. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just very uncomfortable for me to hear that. It just I didn't like being around. I didn't like being around that. Because I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. So I used to just run from that. Like I used to just I leave the house. I go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta do something. I gotta keep my mind busy so I don't feel these things and stuff like that. So that's really how I was like, from that point all the way until I got ready to get out of the Marine Corps. And I needed to find something somewhere to vent. So I was in my room, my barracks room like every day. I was like putting down I was drinking, I was like just doing I was very depressed, you know what I'm saying? And when I found myself in that spot, um I found myself there because, like in the Marine Corps, they put you in the auditorium and you go through these different courses, these different classes and things like that. And they tell you, they tell you the signs of depression and stuff like that. And one day it just got to the point where I was looking at the projector screen and I was like, dang, that's crazy because this is some of the stuff I'm dealing with. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And I'm so deep into it that now I'm thinking months back. I'm like, dang, this really started so long ago. And um, things like that. So, I just went home and I listen to music all the time, all the time. But one day I put an instrumental on and it was one that just tugged at my emotions, and that's, I just started writing about everything. I wrote a song called I Cry, and that's when I grieved my father's death. You know what I'm saying? I let out everything that was ever bothering me. I let up everything I had bottled up inside. I let it out, and I actually cried that night, and like I just released all my emotions. And that's the first time I did that in a long, very, very, very long time, And so, but when I woke up that next morning, I felt amazing. So when I woke up the next day, I was like, dang, this is crazy. Like music music is what I'm supposed to put all my emotions into music, because I was making music before, but I wasn't making real music. I was just making music, so people can vibe to, that females can dance to and stuff like that. But then this is the first time I actually put my life into my music, and what I got from it was it was just crazy. It was a great feeling. Like I woke up the next day and I felt amazing. Like I felt light. I was like, wow, like this is what I had to do all along. So, I just started putting all my life into my music and talking about everything that ever bothered me. And that's why it's called melodic therapy. Now, like I said, I was going through things. I was just a broken person on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like on the side of just heartbreak with relationships, and just heartbreak with just stuff just going crazy, like just stuff that happened in my family. Then my uncle died, then my grandmother died, and on top of everything that's already going on, and stuff like that, you know, and it was just like, I just figured out that music was that's what I was supposed to do. So what I wanted to do with this project, I wanted to put it all in a body of work, put it all in like to a project and give it to the world, because I know it's a lot of people out there that was like me. But one thing about it is people wouldn't guess my story because of how happy I was, and for other people and stuff like that, how much I went about my work, and I used to smile every single day and stuff like that. And like when I actually sat down and told somebody my story, like they couldn't even believe it because of how I was every day, you know, and stuff like that. So that's what showed me, okay, I need to get this. I need to put this into music and get it to the world, because I know it's a lot of people that's doing that right now, because everybody seems okay. Everyone seems okay every day. It's a lot of people going to work today. You know, they're going through the motions and things like that, and they're really broken inside. They're really going through a lot of things back at home, and they don't know how to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And so music is the way I wanted them. I wanted them to listen to my music, and I wanted to talk for them. I wanted to talk them through different situations. I wanted to give them some healing music. You know what I'm saying? Just to see if that could help their mental health, and see if that could cut down the suicides, and see if that, you know what I'm saying, that can help people that are really going through things, because music is one of the most powerful things on this earth. Like really, music controls what we wear. Music controls like everything. Like, so I can use this to actually reach people, you know, that's going through things and stuff, because it's just a lot of people are depressed right now and they don't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. I just want to really like thank you for sharing that and just really opening up and just, you know, letting us in on your journey. I really, really do appreciate it.
Sure.
And I definitely think people can relate to you in your music because you're so real and because you've allowed yourself to be vulnerable. So that's something that I really do appreciate. And my final question, what was it like creating Counting Times, your single, as opposed to Track Star?
Counting Time, I was trying to be old school now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to bring in that, like I flipped the Anthony Hamilton sample.
Right.
Charlene, you know what I'm saying? So I was just really trying to bring in that soul, like bring in some soul, like from like back in the day type, you know what I'm saying? So I was just really trying to give them a different story, but still keep it on the same, you know what I'm saying? The same vibe and stuff like that. So I was trying to show them that I can make a real, like, because some people are saying, like, you know, the Track Star is not a real R&B record, all this stuff. Counting Time is a true R&B record. You know what I'm saying? And I flipped a true R&B song. So I just wanted to, you know, just show everybody that I can make an R&B song, or what everybody considers R&B, and then I can make my version of R&B.
Got it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best.
So I appreciate it.